launching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 28th of August. India celebrates as Neeraj Chopra wins historic Javelin gold in World Championship. Pakistani court quashes sedition case against ex-PM Imran Khan. And Taliban bans women from visiting popular national park. And now for all the details. Grand celebrations erupted across India as Olympic champion Neeraj Chopra became the first Indian to win a gold medal at the World Athletics Championships in the men's javelin on Monday. After failing to come up with a valid throw in his first attempt, Chopra hit the 88.17 mark in his second try, pipping Pakistan's Arshad Nadeem, who won the silver medal. Friends and family members who eagerly watched the finals in Chopra's hometown in Panipat distributed sweets after the win.
ये हमारे पूरे देश के लिए, पूरे हिंदुस्तान के लिए ही बहुत ही खुशी का दिन है कि वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में भी हम लोगों ने जैसा सोचा था उसके अनुरूप गोल्ड मेडल हासिल किया.
While President Droupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi also hailed the historic win. Neeraj Chopra won the Olympic gold in Tokyo but had managed only a silver at the Worlds in Eugene last year. The only other Indian to win a medal at the Worlds was Anju Bobby George, who took bronze in the women's long jump in 2003 in Paris.
खुद से तो ये बात मैं बोलूंगा नहीं कभी कि ग्रेटेस्ट ऑफ ऑल टाइम है. अब हमेशा बहुत सारी कसर रह जाती है. मेडल्स मतलब सभी बोलते थे कि सिर्फ वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप का गोल्ड बचा है, लेकिन स्टिल और ज्यादा इंप्रूवमेंट करनी है, थ्रो और अच्छी लगानी है. और वही है सर, ग्रेटेस्ट ऑफ ऑल टाइम तो जलेजनी जैसे हैं अगर जेवलिन में बात करें तो. पर ये है कि हाँ, इंडिया में बहुत ज्यादा पोटेंशियल दिख रही है अभी, और एक अच्छा लगता है कि लोग एथलेटिक्स को फॉलो कर रहे हैं. और
And in a mega employment push, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday virtually distributed over 51,000 appointment letters to newly inducted recruits in various paramilitary forces during the Rashtriya Rozgar Mela. He emphasized the Indian economy was on the path of rapid growth, which is paving the way for the youth across sectors. The Prime Minister emphasized India will become one of the world's top 3 economies in this decade. He called the new recruits Amrit Rakshaks, saying these new appointees will be serving the nation over the next 25 years and will be protecting the countrymen as well. And a Pakistani court has dismissed sedition charges against opposition PTI chairman Imran Khan, providing some relief for the former primer who was jailed on corruption charges earlier this month. The PTI supremo was charged in March with a sedition case based on a complaint that alleged that one of his speeches amounted to sedition. The Balochistan High Court, dismissing the accusation, said that the charges were without lawful authority and have no legal effect, and directed the authorities to quash the case. Meanwhile, the Islamabad High Court is also scheduled to announce its verdict by this week on a plea filed by Khan seeking to suspend his conviction in a graft case. Well, moving on, political activists in Gilgit-Baltistan have raised concern over Pakistan's unjust economic policies. Locals are suffering due to inflation, unfair taxes, wheat shortage and lack of basic amenities. A report. Members of socio-political group, the Awami Action Committee in Gilgit-Baltistan, have raised concern over wheat crisis, unfair taxes and Pakistan's negligent attitude towards the issues of the occupied region. They said the common man is suffering due to a rise in inflation, cut in wheat quota and increase in taxes, while Islamabad continues to turn a blind eye to their problems.
तो अभी हमारे पास जो एजेंडा है, जो गंदम का जो बहरान गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में पिछले 3 सालों से शिद्दत अख्तियार कर गया, और दूसरी बात बताया भी जा रहा है कि उनके रेट भी बढ़ाए जा रहे हैं. उसके बाद टैक्स का जो जालिमाना निफास है एक साबिक. दूसरा बात, जो रिहेबिलिटेशन और दीगर जो फ्लड आया उसके मद में जो रिलीफ आया उनका भी सही तकसीम सही मानू में हकदार को नहीं दिया. जो प्रोटेक्टिव वॉल्स जो बनाने थे वो भी नहीं बनाए.
Residents of Gilgit-Baltistan have long blamed that Pakistan does not grant the locals any political rights and representation, although it taxes them heavily. And amid substantial international pressure and appeals from human rights groups to reverse bans on women, Taliban in its latest decree has now banned women from visiting the famous Bande Amir National Park. Local media reported the Taliban Minister for the Propagation of Virtue and the Prevention of Vice, Mohammad Khalid Hanafi, said that they are developing a procedure for women to visit the park and their entry remains restricted until the procedure is established. He also criticized people's non-compliance with Taliban orders and women's lack of adherence to hijab rules. Since taking power in 2021, Taliban has barred women's access to education beyond 6th grade, entry into amusement parks and independent travel without a male guardian. And moving on, Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh gathered this past weekend to commemorate 6 years of the harrowing exodus they experienced after a military-led crackdown in Myanmar. Highlighting the plight in cramped and overcrowded camps, a refugee said living in squalid conditions for years was unimaginable and painful. She added they hope to return to their homeland, but they don't know how many more years they have to wait.
এখন এরকম দিলাগুড়ি দুঃখ পাইরেন হলে আমরা তো কেমন তেল ভালোর তোলে টাকা পরে আর আইটি যাইতি আমরা তো বেশি দুঃখ হয়ে আর খানার পিনা আর দিন নেক্সট জেনারেশন আইব হিতার আল্লাহ এডুকেশন আল্লাহ কি হয়ে যাবে বরবাদ যাবে এখন আছে হিতার আরো বরবাদ যাবে আমরা যদি আরো মুমিকা ইয়া অলরেডি 6 বছর হয়ে গিয়ে গয় আমরা তো বহুত কি আর ফিউচার আমরা তো হলো ড্রিম মধ্যে না এখন চাইলে.
Meanwhile, the Bangladesh government has said it wants repatriation of Rohingyas to their place of origin. A delegation will be visiting Myanmar next month, while a team from Myanmar will be here to talk to Rohingyas as part of confidence-building measures. The UNB news agency quoted Foreign Secretary Masood bin Momen as saying, Bangladesh has maintained safe, voluntary and sustainable repatriation is the only solution to the Rohingya crisis, and delay to commence the same amid the shortage of humanitarian support is putting the entire region at risk. And Hindu devotees across India thronged temples to offer prayers to Lord Shiva on the last Monday of the holy monsoon month of Shravan. The Mondays of Shravan are considered extremely auspicious. Take a look. Thousands of devotees gathered at the famous Sri Mahakaleshwar temple in India's Ujjain to offer prayers to Lord Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction, to seek his blessings on the last Monday of the monsoon month of Shravan. The Mondays of the holy month are considered extremely auspicious. Similar scenes were witnessed in temples in other parts of the country. As part of the rituals, devotees offer milk, bilva leaves and honey to the Shivalingam, the phallus representation of Lord Shiva. It is believed that praying to Lord Shiva during Shravan brings luck and prosperity.
जाती है और सावन का जो सोमवार है इस बार बहुत सालों बाद 8 सोमवार पूरे सावन में लगे हैं. ऐसा कभी होता नहीं है, बहुत कम होते हैं, लेकिन अभी 8 सोमवार पहली बार एक पूजा में लगा हुआ है. तो इस वजह से हम लोग तो हमेशा बचपन से हम लोग सोमवार करते आते हैं, इवन हम लोग व्रत भी करते हैं सोमवार.
Meanwhile, devotees also took a holy dip in River Ganga and performed sacred rituals in the temple town of Prayagraj. During the holy month, married women also observe fasting on Mondays and pray for longer life of their husbands, whereas the unmarried ones pray to Lord Shiva to get a suitable match.
का आखिरी सोमवार है. आज के दिन आदमी यहाँ पे आके संगम पे गंगा स्नान करते हैं. स्नान करके कुछ लोग व्रत रहते हैं, दान पुण्य करते हैं. बहुत बड़ा महत्व है सावन का.
Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.